Here to talk about Bad Boys for Life. Let's get into it. First of all, that movie was so good, I'm ready to go pay full price to go see it again. That's how good this movie was to me. To me, personally. As a lover of the franchise, from the first one to the second one, even though they're like super spaced apart, like this one's any better, they do keep it within the realms of realism. Like, it's not like these huge gaps in time, and they like make sure to like push them back together, so it's like, oh yeah, it's only like 2 years later. No, they actually kept it the amount of time that was left that they spaced out. They put it back around that time frame. So they did the same thing with this third one, and I love it because they give us that realism in the growth of these characters. Like, one's struggling with getting older, dyeing his goatee and can't get into clubs and things like that, and the other one embraces the idea of getting old and being a grandpa and things like that. Martin Lawrence's character, Marcus, he enjoys getting older and whatnot, and I appreciate the realism in that because it's Bad Boys for Life. But at some point, you gotta hang up that jersey and put it in the rafters and just say like, "Yo, we did our thing. Our names are legendary in these streets of Miami. People know us when we come around. There ain't no snitch, no drug dealer around that we haven't busted already that don't know us and what we about. We've done some wild stuff in the days, and it was always for the good of protecting the people. It's time for us to be good men and chill while we still have the lives that we have left to enjoy it, and let's just keep doing that." And I very much appreciated it for it to be a non-Michael Bay movie. You can't entirely tell the difference in between the production. I mean, you can, because there's not nearly as many explosions as it would be in a Michael Bay film, but it was so enjoyable that you didn't even really care that there weren't so many explosions. I mean, honestly, the way the movie traveled and the way it felt, I'm kind of glad there wasn't nearly as many explosions, because a lot of them are just usually so unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a helicopter is going to blow up if it crash lands into a mansion. It'll get messed up and mangled. Some things might, explode a little bit, but like the whole thing exploding on like immediate impact. Yeah, we've seen this 1,000 times. Like, keep it more realistic, and they did that in this one. The main antagonist, his entry, yo, legendary. I've never seen somebody take out 5-6 people that he was surrounded by so fast and so efficiently with just a pocket knife. Like, he did that mess so fast, I didn't even understand what the freak he just did. Like, when this comes out on DVD, or when I go see it again in theaters, I'm gonna I'm probably gonna record that like on my phone, so I can always just look back on that, because I'm like, how the freak did he do that so fast? Like, the choreography with that was amazing. And he was amazing as a character. Like, at first you're kind of like, man, like, this guy is OP. Like, he's nailing everybody, and he's doing it without fear. He's doing this without looking like he's breaking a sweat. And it was so cool. It was so entertaining to watch. And then, spoiler alert, because this is very much a spoiler review at this point, to find out that he's Mike's son, that he didn't know all about until this point, until the end of this movie. It makes so much more sense, and I appreciate the flip-flop on the story, because Mike was going in a direction where this really could have went bad for him all the way around. It could have been extremely typical, but having him be his son and everything, him not really having family and stuff like that, like not immediate family, like not family of his own, like blood related and everything, it gives that character more purpose. Both of them characters, actually. It gives Mike's character more purpose, and it gives, his son's character, I don't remember his name, but it gives his son's character a lot more purpose too, because he was the son is so good in this film, like, especially like the way he does stuff or whatever. Like, you kind of don't want him to die, especially when you find out that it's Mike's son. You really don't want him to die, because he's so good of a character, and it would be a terrible waste of a character, because he was like so strong. Like, I want to know like what he went through in his life to get to where he was at, to get to where he to get to where he's at. Like, he's, like I said, he took out 5-6 people easily, hand-to-hand combat, like it was nothing. Had a gun to his face, didn't break a sweat, didn't look nervous. He never looked concerned or worried for his life the entire movie. He got shot in the chest, shoulder area right here. I thought it was gonna be a heart shot. Thank God it was on the other side. But I was really just praying like, yo, please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. Please don't waste this character. But he got shot, and I was really concerned because I was really rooting for him. Like, please just survive, because then you find out that he was set up thinking that Mike was just the guy who ruined his family's life and took his father away from him, all the while not knowing that Mike was his father, and his witchy mom is the one who set him up. First of all, let's talk about that too. The witch mom, she was hot. I will give them that. She was hot. But, you know, being like the witchy character that she was, and how she came into the film doing the weird little chant thing and then just stabbed the guard to death and all that stuff or whatever, and how she got out of prison with the dumping the body into the dryer while she switched on them clothes on some like quick change stuff and then got up out of there. She was not afraid of no hand-to-hand combat. She would stab you with a quickness. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then to find out she's the guy who kind of pretty much shaped and molded Mike Larry himself, like that's a lot. That lets you know like this chick is something else, man. The one chick that Mike actually fell in love with, like, it was crazy. I enjoyed everybody's performance in this movie. It was a lot of unexpected moments that you wouldn't expect until it happens. Like I said, the whole truth bomb about the kid being his son or whatever, didn't expect that. Normally I expect stuff like that, or I can see stuff like that coming. I didn't see that at all. I just really was bought into the fact that Mike was not living that type of lifestyle and could have had a baby with, you know, some Mexican witch lady undercover. Like, as long as we've been watching these films, it never seemed like that. But it explains a couple of things, one of which that Mike knows Spanish so fluently because he spent time in Mexico for quite some time on a case. And the fact that he had to choose between right and wrong, good and evil at a young age, and he ended up choosing the right thing to do and got that chick locked up for life. It shows a lot in his character. So yeah, no, I very much appreciated this film. I appreciated this film in every aspect that it led in. It was sad that the captain died. So if you guys didn't know that, now you do. The captain gets shot in the neck from the son because he was going on an assassination spree, because he was on the list. He was on the list that his mom gave him for people that ruined their entire life. And Captain Knauer, I think is his name, he ended up dying. And it was really rough because it happened so fast and it happened so unexpectedly. You didn't see it coming. You didn't see it coming at all. It was just one of those typical, like, you know, father-sonny kind of moments between the captain and Mike. You know, he went up there and he was like telling Mike, like, he gave them this little Buddhist type word of wisdom, and at first it didn't make any sense, but then when he broke it down, I was like, you know what, that was some solid advice. Like, Mike, where are you going? You're going to get people killed doing this Lone Ranger gunslinger thing, and it's not necessary. Where are you going? And, you know, eventually, like, you know, it smacked some sense into him. It smacked some real sense into Mike, to where he really had to stop and evaluate everything that he was doing, because everything he was doing was just revenge and rage based, and it wasn't helping anything. It wasn't helping him. It wasn't helping the people around him. People were dying left and right because of it, and he had to stop and reevaluate everything. And he was just sitting there minding his own business, watching his niece or granddaughter, whatever she was to him, play a basketball game in the park, and invited Mike over so they could have pizza and talk and chill and, you know, peace. And then before you know it, bam, just like that, done, ended, shot, unexpectedly, and then actually died. Oh God, my heart's still pounding from that. My anxiety's going up right now. Oh, give me a second. Sorry about that. I get internally emotional sometimes. But yeah, no, that was rough to watch. That was really rough to watch. And you just see the transitional period of that of from that moment on in the movie. And like I said, I very much appreciated this. I loved it. It had a lot of funny moments in it. Martin still got it, as if he ever lost it. Will still got it, even though he, you know what, Will Smith has had a run of a lot of bad movies lately, one of which was Gemini Man. I enjoyed Gemini Man, but the CGI in it was trash, and I was going to review it, and I decided not to, because I didn't really have too many nice things to say about it, because I just couldn't get over the bad CGI. It was really bad, and there was a lot of lines and that were super corny. That was the most recent movie I think I saw with him. But aside from that, I mean, there's what, maybe Spies in Skies or Disguise of Spies, whatever movie it is where he's a pigeon, whatever. But you know, Martin and Lawrence together, they make a good tag team. Bad Boys for Life was a good film, and I do recommend that you guys do see this movie because it was so good. Like I said, I'm going back to see it again at some point, and I'm going to go back and see all the things that I missed before, you know, context clues and just, you know, Easter egg things if there are any. But the way the movie ended, it ended with the mom dying, the son living and getting locked up because, you know, he did kill a lot of people, the captain included, all through unfortunate circumstance because he was led to do these things for vengeance and revenge. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, he still had to pay the price. He still had to be locked up because he is, at the end of the day, a very dangerous man. Incredibly dangerous man. And God, there's so many things I want to say to this movie, but it's too much. But if you have seen this movie, please comment to me in the comment section below your favorite scenes or your favorite moments in the film, and I will definitely respond back, and we can have like full-blown conversations about this because there's so much about this movie that I loved. But I don't want to say it all here because this review will be so long otherwise. I don't want to make this too long. But yeah, you guys, I enjoyed that movie. Oh, that's all I was saying. I got sidetracked by saying that. My bad, my fault. The way the movie ended is with Will Smith going back up to the prison to go see his son, ask him how he's doing and stuff like that. Clearly the son is super remorseful and hurt over all the things that he's done up to this point. All of it being because of a lie that his mom told. And he's getting a redemption shot. So there's definitely an open area for a fourth Bad Boys. Now, hopefully, this next Bad Boys don't take another 5-10 years to come out. We don't need none of that. Come out like in the next 2-3 years or so, and we can get a Bad Boys 4. What they're going to title this, I don't know, because Bad Boys for Life seems like it would be like, you know, the be-all, end-all to a trilogy, but luckily I think we might be getting a fourth one with the son involved in it. So the way it ended, it seemed like, you know, Martin Lawrence's character, Marcus and Mike, aren't done yet. He retired, but he did say at the end of it, like, I said we're going to do this for life. So I guess they're not going to stop. I guess they're going to keep doing this until the wheels fall off, I suppose. But so far, Bad Boy wheels don't seem that rickety. So I'm looking forward to more of this, especially with the son involved now because he's such a raw character. Like, putting him in a police uniform or whatever, or the tactical form with the little group that they had or whatever, have him do some like close range combat-y type stuff or whatever. Oh, the possibilities. I'm looking forward to it already. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more updates as I update, because I will keep updating you guys. And until next time, I will be right here telling it like it is.